Informative and unpredictable, testing the limits like only we can. From Span Enterprises in Rock Hill, South Carolina, it's the Bandit Room.
Hey there, this is Stephanie and I'm introducing the Bandit Room. Today we have the Deputy Chief Administrator, Chief Scott Long, and then we have Fire Marshal Battalion Otis Driggers. Did I say those correctly, gentlemen?
Yes, ma'am. You did.
Excellent. I had to make sure I got it right. All right. So we're very excited to have you guys, and we here at the Bandit Room really love to hear about all types of businesses, and we know that the fire department is one, and we think that you are unsung heroes in the community. So we are very thankful that y'all are here.
We appreciate that.
Absolutely. So we wanted to go over a few things. First, just a little introduction. How long have you been with the department?
I've been with the department 26 years.
Congratulations. What got you into the department? Like, why did you want to start?
This was my choice of careers.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a fireman, just like any small child.
Yep.
Yeah, after seeing the fire trucks, that's what I wanted to do.
How old were you when you got started?
When I got started with the fire department?
Yeah.
1992.
92. Okay. Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
26 years. That's awesome. And what about you, Mr. Long?
29 years.
29 years. There you go.
29 years with the department.
Same story or no?
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Growing up, school, taking fire department tours.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I couldn't
my
keep you from
interest
it.
in it, and it's been great ever since.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys again for being here. So we wanted to touch on a national story. I don't know if y'all saw it, but in Georgia there was a firefighter who said he could retire happy. He got to meet the kid that got dropped from the ladder. Did you see that?
I did see that.
I loved that, and I just really, again, we know that you guys are the unsung heroes, and it must be hard. Everybody's happy to see you when you're there on scene, but it's such a heavy thing to carry that you're saving lives and responsible for property and all of these other things. So that story just really amplified it for me, and I'm sure you guys can relate, especially with 29 and 26 years on the department. That's awesome. So I appreciate you guys. So we wanted to talk more about how rewarding the job is on that. And then we know that it's winter time, so there's a lot of fires in homes. Can you give us any winter tips?
Well, winter fire safety tips.
Yeah.
We know winter's coming. We just got through with one of the coldest winters.
Yes.
13 degrees, that's pretty cold. We know it's coming, so some of the safety tips that we would recommend, it's a little late now, but having your furnace and your heating system serviced,
Okay.
have those ready. If you're using fireplaces, to have your chimney cleaned.
Okay.
And if you use wood and you're going to burn wood in the fireplace, if you've got the ashes, be cautious where you dump the ashes. Place those in a metal container
Okay.
and take them. Get them away from the home.
That's smart. That's really smart.
Right.
I'm sure people, it's cold and they tend to put things near the house to get rid of ash.
They do. And if you utilize a small space heater,
Yeah.
to make sure those are plugged into a direct outlet, not in an extension cord.
Ah,
And
that's probably a common one, isn't it?
It is, and to keep those away from anything that is combustible. And another safety tip with those is don't place the space heater between you and an exit
Okay.
from the room.
That's very smart. That's
Right.
good advice. Any others to add on?
The smoke detectors, make sure you have smoke
Yep.
detectors and they're working and you change the batteries out routinely.
Yep.
And carbon monoxide detector, especially speaking with the heating devices that Chief Driggers referenced, that having CO detectors in there are very important.
That makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. Besides fires, what else do you guys respond to?
Medical calls.
Medical
Yeah,
calls?
I think that'd be
We do.
The very
Is
next
that-
one on the list as far as the amount.
Okay.
Medical calls, yes.
How does that work? I know, if we have EMS services, modern amenities here in life,
Right.
but, how does that work that you guys also get called in for medical emergencies? Can you explain the process a little bit? Like, what does that look like in a city that you guys would show up versus EMS showing up?
Sure. The department, we have a first responder program.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually licensed through the state.
Okay.
We have paramedics, advanced EMTs, and basic EMTs. So we require the minimum of basic EMT to be employed.
Oh, nice.
So we also respond along with EMS. We just don't transport.
Okay.
So we get there sometimes same time as EMS, sometimes before, and start rendering first aid. And if it's something along the lines of chest pain, trouble breathing, And if there's a paramedic there on the truck, then we can give advanced cardiac drugs and have life packs and put them on where we can see the heart monitor, defibrillate if we need to, AEDs. So all
That's
our trucks,
comforting.
all our trucks are equipped with that.
That's
The
awesome.
medical equipment to help with the
That's
medical
awesome.
calls.
I know many times I've, seen wrecks on the interstate and I'm like, oh no, the EMS isn't there yet. And then that's great to realize that EMT basic is at least required to be on with you guys. So that's really
Yes.
great. That's awesome. So we were talking about what else you respond to, but fires, wrecks, anything else?
Those medical calls, like we mentioned,
That was the
trouble
secondary.
breathing, chest pains, cardiac arrest, those calls for the medical side of it, but we also pretty much offer the gamut in our industry. if
Whatever you
will.
get called for.
The rescue calls, like we,
Okay.
Swiftwater Rescue,
Okay.
Riverwalk, that area just opened up, so we have the water rescue side of it and Swiftwater technicians
Okay.
to actually go into the river and rescue a victim and bring him back to
Okay.
shore. We have the rescue equipment for the water rescue, like boats and kayaks.
Oh,
where we
okay.
can actually get out in the river and
Okay, so that is a whole division of the fire department
Sure.
to be able to do this
it's
with
just
rescue.
another service.
It's
that we
another
offer.
service.
Yeah,
That's
we
so
cover
cool.
hazmat, we cover high angle rescue, low angle rescue,
Very cool.
confined space, trench rescue. So
All of it.
we run a gamut.
All right. Well, I have a question that we did not prepare for, and if you're not okay with it, we'll just cut it out of here. But what's the process like? Like when you become a fireman, are you immediately able to do all of those rescues, or are there trainings that you have to take for each one? Because I would assume they're pretty specialized in service. And what's that like? Like, is there a ranking for that? Is there, what's the recognition like? All of the things. Tell me all of it.
We were fortunate enough to offer our own
Okay.
recruit training program. So once an individual is hired on at the fire department, they'll go through 14 weeks of
Oh, wow.
just fire training.
Wow.
So, and that encompasses everything I just mentioned, the rescue side of it, of course, the firefighting, to the rescue
Okay.
side, hazmat, how to, when to, what to do, what not to do, in that 14 weeks of training. And then after that, that's when they go get their medical training, get their basic EMT.
Very cool. I just didn't know. I appreciate that.
Then we put them on truck.
And then they
Then
get
they
put
go
out
to
there. Then we use them.
Yes.
That is awesome. So you guys, I wanted to know if you were working on any community projects. If you have any passion projects for the year that you are working on.
Well, we're always out in the community, whether
Yeah.
we're doing fire safety education in the schools or out in the community. We've got a fire safety house that we will take out
Okay.
and put on programs in the community.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be really rewarding.
It
particularly
is.
for the schools.
That's some of our favorite things to do,
Yeah.
is to go out in the community, and especially the schools, daycares, and other community events that's going on.
Yeah. I remember just personal, my mom actually teaches 3-year-olds, and she always loves when the firemen come.
Yeah.
She's like, well, they're trying to make sure that the kids know they're safe, like this is what I look like if there's a fire, but like you can come to me, you need to come to me,
Right.
and always the stories of that are endearing. She always talks about how much they love getting up in the trucks, and that you guys are always so great to take time with each of the kids and make sure they're comfortable and know that you guys can be trusted. So I think that's really awesome.
Yep.
I love that that's an
important.
ongoing initiative.
We enjoy being in the schools, and we participate in programs, read to the kids in school.
Yeah.
There's always to go and see us just like we're dressed now,
Yeah.
and then put on our firefighting gear,
We're the same
mask,
person.
and sounds different, looks way different,
Yeah.
and yeah, we don't want them to be scared of us. We want them not to hide from us.
Yeah.
We enjoy them coming to the stations also. They come up to do station tours. They can see the stations, the trucks,
Yeah.
and spend time with the firemen there.
That's
And we also have a fire safety museum.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about that. How did that get started? How long has it been there?
Wow.
You know?
It's been there
Again, we need to.
Yeah.
It's been there about 4 years now.
Okay.
It's at our headquarters station on Elizabeth Lane.
Okay.
So a lot of our internal firemen have skills like you wouldn't believe, so they were able to build and
Oh,
put things
cool.
together. And then it's got displayed our history in there.
Very cool.
And a lot of fire safety tips.
All right.
And it just brings that to the forefront with the kids and adults when they come visit.
Awesome.
And we've got a lot of props in there, and some of those were built by the firemen. And the kids really enjoy getting on there. We've got one in there that is a full-size fire truck.
Wow.
And then we have the back of an ambulance in there so they can see all the inner workings of that. So it's really nice, and still have the fire pole that they can slide down.
Is that the best part?
They enjoy that.
Do you still do it though?
No.
You age out of that eventually, right?
Yeah. Eventually.
Eventually. I imagine it takes a little while for that to wear off though.
It does.
Yeah.
It
Have
does.
to do it a handful, a couple hundred times at least.
Well, that's the only station that still has a fire pole. So
Is that a retired practice in most of the stations? Do you guys know?
For us,
the most
yes,
part?
ours is pretty single story
Okay.
stations, where headquarters is probably our oldest building.
That was the two-story?
It was two-story.
Okay.
We had the sleeping quarters were upstairs, and since the sliding poles would jump on the truck.
That's so awesome. I love that. Well, guys, I wanted to hear if you had a wild story or a really funny story, like something you responded to that you were just like, what? Or, you know, just something that happened while you were out that you distinctly remember. Either of you have something you remember as being funny or just out there?
I don't have a wild story. I know he does. He's been here 29 years.
It's
So.
the 3 years on you that gets it.
There's so many causes. We run such an array of different services.
Yeah.
Like going on medical calls, and there's some to childbirth is always
Something fresh every
a
day.
very wild call as you worded it. So there's a lot out there that we see, and some good,
Some bad.
some bad,
Yeah.
but there's not one that really stands up to me right this second.
Do either of you have a memorable rescue or fire that, you know, really impacted you and like cemented like I'm doing the right thing, I'm you know, in the right career path? Have anything, or just a moment, you don't even have to explain like what that situation was, but did you ever have that moment where you got to be a part of a rescue or be a part of a call that, you know, really confirmed, you know what, I'm doing what I know I want to be doing?
I have been a part of a few of those calls, and it's all a team effort. It's not just one person.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I've been on scene to where we able to pull victims out of structure fires and literally save their lives to get them out and start doing CPR on them and resuscitate them, revive them. So yes, it is rewarding for sure.
It's also hard.
Those calls you will never forget.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely mental capacity of you gentlemen, toughness and softness to go in and do both. We appreciate. Well, we had 2 other little questions, and they were kind of funny. So, who's the best cook? We know that firemen are known for being good cooks. Do y'all have somebody that you work with that you know to be the good cook? We could nominate as the Rock Hill's best fireman cook.
I would have to nominate Mike Thomas.
Mac Thomas.
Mike Thomas.
All right, Mac. We might be coming for you.
Yes. Mike prepares a lot of barbecue for different events, fundraisers that we're trying to get involved with. Mike does a fantastic job with that.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Yes.
And do you have anybody besides Mac?
I'm gonna have to team up with. I'm scared to mention one because you know, if you heard one of those things, they might not cook for you anymore.
I know.
But along the same lines, Tommy Hurst.
Okay.
He partners with Mac a lot to where
They can
doing
team
the
up.
barbecue.
Okay. Tell me more about the barbecue. I know that's like a fundraiser within the community. Like, when does this come about, and you know, is this something that you guys are going to continue for years to come?
Well,
I've seen it last year for sure. I don't remember how many years y'all done it. You have to tell me if y'all know.
Well, there's been occasions where a first responder was in need, and so a fundraiser was put on, and Mike stepped up to the plate to help with the barbecue.
That's cool.
Which brought in more firemen to assist.
That's awesome.
So Mike does a fantastic job with that.
He's our unofficial recruiter, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's more event driven when there's
A need for it.
that's out there. Then we
Well, that's
try
awesome.
to participate and come together as a family and try to.
That's a
help
common
out.
thing then within the whole community for firefighters, is just being able to come together for each other, not only for each other, but the community too. I would
Yes.
see that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's great. That's awesome. All right, and the last one, if you had to challenge Rock Hill Police Department to anything, what could you beat them at? We're trying to inspire a little community rivalry.
That rivalry is already there. It exists.
It's hard. It's there.
But it's good.
What's the next
between the two?
That's good. What's the next game or event for you guys? Do y'all have anything planned?
I'm not sure when the next kickball tournament
Kickball
will
is
be
normally it, though.
between the two, but that was the last event between Rock Hill Fire versus Rock Hill PD, and I'm happy to say we came away as the winner of that game. So, but it's a good, healthy rivalry. We have a good partnership, good relationship with Rock Hill PD. So
That's awesome.
It's all in fun, but
That's great.
highly competitive on both sides.
Can imagine. Can imagine. Well, we've not interviewed the Rock Hill Police Department yet, so we might have a response for you coming soon.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys so much. I know we've talked a little about, our local politics for, police and fire departments particularly, but I also think that we touched really well on just the plight of firemen and the ability for you guys to be in the community, but also support each other, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you guys being here. So if y'all have any other questions, please let us know, and to our audience, you guys please let us know.